huge factor, a huge component of what today and this week is in bodybuilding and what we do as individuals that want to succeed in it is the attention to detail. We're all chasing the perfect look that no one will ever obtain, right? Always trying to get your best, and that's what the goal is to be the best this weekend. In regards to the attention to the detail of the food that goes into it, the training components, why you're low, why you're backing off training leading into competition, the water, the sodium inputs, things like that. There's so many different aspects. People just think bodybuilders are just meatheads that eat a lot of food and lift weights, right? There's a lot of intelligence involved, and especially the people that do a good job of logging those preps, learning from that, growing from that, changing from that, and that's who you see progresses in this sport. Genetics is absolutely a huge thing. Best in the world, you have to have the genetics, but it's those people that combine the genetics with the attention to detail and always progressing are the ones that get to the top. Morning from Reno. This is day 3. So it is Thursday out here. It's about 9 a.m. We went and got our morning session in. So I wanted to touch up legs a little bit today just because the last leg day was on Sunday before we left and it was a quad day. And so last time we had hamstrings was last week, probably Thursday. You see, we didn't break anything down this morning. I just honestly wanted to do about two different exercises of hamstring curls just to focus on continuing to drive detail into there where I was squeezing every single rep, and then a couple of sets of extensions, a couple calves. Did some abs as well this morning, and then we hit some posing. Obviously had to take some pics and videos to send to Matt, and then we're all on the same page now. So got the plan from Matt. Today is we're gonna kind of initially start loading a little bit into the weekend. Again, the look was very spot on today. I was 250.6 this morning, staying right around there in that spot, and it's a very good spot. So doing like a moderate to a little bit higher day today than yesterday, and then we're pulling down water. So yesterday I got about 5 liters total of water in, and then today will be 3.5. When I was back home or all off or all prep, I was drinking about 7 to 8 liters. So that shows you how we started tapering water down through this week. It was 7 on Tuesday. Yesterday was 5 total, and then today is 3.5 total. Not sure what it'll do tomorrow, but we'll probably bring it down a little bit more, probably more like 2.5 tomorrow, and then cut it out early and the body just continue to flush water and not put any more back in. That's the process of a natural kind of diuretic process using water, is load it, then start tapering it off, and then stop it at the right time, and then you continue to flush and then get that more crisp look. Our meal 1 here today, we're gonna train after meal 2 today, so we want to get a few meals in, and then I'm actually gonna train with Martin today, and we're gonna do a push. So it's gonna be a chest and shoulder focus, and I'm feeling pretty good, so we'll have a good session there. Just continue to drive this food in today. How high amount of foods I'll have to eat. It's actually good to kind of have a good training session today and really see it come to life and the body respond from it. So that'll be pretty cool to see this afternoon, which we're gonna bring to you. Let's start out here. We're gonna continue with the eggs, and then now we're doing obviously no more turkey anymore these last few days. I'm gonna stick with beef. So again, today I'm doing 3 beef meals, 3 chicken meals. First one's gonna be 3 eggs. Hold on, we are actually lowering protein today. We do start lowering protein amounts as you get closer to show 2. Today will be a bit lower than yesterday. So it's like 200 grams of beef yesterday. Today's 150 grams. Tomorrow will probably be, like 100 grams. It'll go all the way down to like 3 or 4 ounces. You don't need protein as much leading, a day out from show. It's pointless. Like, you need protein to kind of push carbs through. We're not trying to repair any broken down tissue. We're not trying to like gain muscle right now. So protein kind of doesn't become as important. It's gonna be more of the carbs and fats to fill us up. And so that'll be more so tomorrow, as you will see as that protein goes down. Like I said, 150 grams of beef, 3 whole eggs. We're doing 50 grams of asparagus that we are cooking right now. Obviously, we gotta get our ricing grinds in. That's 135 grams of ricing grinds, and then 15 grams of some nut butter. Very similar to yesterday, a little bit higher on the amounts of carbs, and then we'll do another one here pre-meal, probably about the same size, and that's gonna be perfect for training. I'm excited to see how we look after and set us up very well for the next day and a half. Let's get that asparagus in, let's get this meal in, and we're starting day 3 here with you guys. This is gonna be a fucking awesome day. Let's get it. Forgot to mention this. So we're getting like very strict on counting our water. For this, like I said, yesterday was about 5 when I said I drank 5 liters of water, because I was counting. I didn't know the exact amounts, but I was the water I put into the ricing grinds, cream of rice, I was actually including that in my head. So I drank 4 on my own, and then probably got an extra liter off the different ricing grinds. Today we get even more specific. So yes, as you get closer, you gotta give even more detail, more on the same page. So he's actually telling me how much water to measure out. So what we're doing here for the cream of rice today is we're doing a 1.75 ratio. What that means is for like every gram of ricing grinds, you're doing a 1.75 grams of water, right? Did 135 grams of ricing grinds. We're working about 236 grams of water. So then I'll add that, and then so that way we're counting our water specifically. There isn't any extra that's getting through food, or just we have it all on track and we're exactly on pace. So very detail oriented now, and then you got to include everything. About to get going here. So this is meal 2. So this is gonna be a pre-workout. We are gonna be going to treads and push here, mainly just focus on the upper body to the chest and shoulders. And we're still gonna kind of go with that moderate to higher day. Right now I'm gonna eat 170 grams. So this is 6 ounces of chicken, grams of asparagus that we just cooked up. I switched my routine on the asparagus. Instead of trying to stovetop it and create havoc, I restarted ovening it, and it works a little bit better. So learned something there. And then finally, we have, of course, going with our pre-workout Pride Foods rice and grinds. So this is 135 grams of cream of rice and 30 grams of almond butter. That's there, some good carbs. So this should actually be a pretty good response here. So I'm really excited to actually get to the gym. Be a good training session. And this is probably me and Martin's last training session together, because we might hit one the week after in Vegas or something. But the Olympia coming up and he's not going back to Florida, we won't be training together next week at all. So we've got our last session, have some fun here today, and enjoy this weekend, and then just keep it going. Then fuel up, have a really good look, and then we'll talk about assessment with Matt afterwards as well. And then it's time to keep rolling. Let's go. I wouldn't necessarily say I learned a huge lesson with this prep. As you predict the prep, you want it to go a certain way, and I can say that it went the way we wanted it to. And a lot of that components is that I had the right people around me. I learned that from early age, that you want to start, you get your certain people around you and you keep it there. The motivation from last year coming back, I'm not going to let that happen again, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that, that I make it to this stage, at my absolute best. And, I was fortunate enough to have Martin down there as a great training partner that was able to go each day in, day out together. And I knew that if he was there, that was going to happen. So it wasn't like there's something that came out of nowhere. And just honestly, part of it, sharing it and enjoying it with a daughter as well. Now I want to do these now, obviously, when she's young. I don't want to do them when she gets into an older age, missing things more. So it's like trying to find that balance. I do all my cardio and my morning routines on the porch are coming out every morning, and those honestly will probably be the memories I remember the most. Just early morning, 6 a.m. out on the porch in the humidity, just sweating, Millie waking up with Ivana, them coming out and just enjoying the mornings while preparing for something that I have passion for, right? This competition side. I don't have to compete, right? I can still be a bodybuilder. I can still do, social media, things like that, but it's, we do this because I love to compete and I love the passion of it. And I hope can carry over to you as well. All right, we are back. We have a post-workout action. Now we gotta get the meals in. So Matt thinks I'm a little flatter today, so we're gonna continue to eat up through the rest of today. And that will set up perfectly for Friday, where you can go either way, which is based off the look. So the next meals will be a little bit bigger. Getting this one in because we have to go to a haircut here in a little bit, and we still have 4 meals to get in today. We wanna jump on that, so we're not up too late tonight. This one was a bigger one with a lot of rice. This is 6 ounces of beef. We're down to 6 ounces now on the beef. 50 grams of asparagus. We have 420 grams of rice, jasmine rice cooked, and then 20 grams of, I use avocado oil. So avocado oil, olive oil, lots of fats in here, lots of carbs, and then obviously the protein from the red meat. But this is gonna fill us up after training. Like to look after, we're still sitting on the edge that we could still fill some more, so that's a great filling. Legs are nice and hard, everything dialed in, so we just gotta continue to follow the plan. We will go here shortly to get this in, and then we're gonna head to haircut, because I have been letting this go so I can scrub out all week, and it's time to clean it up. I gotta look pretty for the stage, right? All right, we'll see you. We are heading to the haircut, so I need to clean this up. I've been a scrub the last week. You guys can tell with this, probably don't usually let it go this long. Kind of like doing that at the end of the prep. Just kind of don't worry about taking care of the beard, that sunken in death face in at the end, and then shave it all up and look clean for stage. All part of the process, the fun. So we're heading to the haircut. I'm kind of on the fence. I decided I'm gonna eat this meal now and not wait. I don't want to be up. We've been up to about midnight every night just trying to get fit all the meals in, and especially still adjusting to time. So I'm gonna get this in. It's been about 2 hours since the last meal, which is fine. I feel like I can digest it, so we're gonna go now on the way there. Another solid, decently good sized meal here. We're increasing here to start filling up. We're gonna do 6 ounces of chicken, 50 grams of asparagus, 35 grams of almond butter, and then 420 grams of cooked jasmine rice. Overall, we're looking at a meal that's probably about 150 grams of carbs, 20 to 25 grams of fat, and then 50 to 60 grams of protein total. This one, in about another 2.5 we'll be back at the crib and we'll do another one. It's time to load up. When you load up, we dropped water. So now we're flushing out the water, letting the water come off the body, filling up the muscles with more food, especially carbs and fats. We have one little more probably circuit training tomorrow. It is Friday. It just matters on what we want to do. I think we're gonna, with the amount of food we're gonna push tonight into tomorrow, we're gonna do a little circuit training in the morning, which is just hitting different body parts all over, just probably 30 minutes in the gym. But it has a purpose, and that's all part of what we'll explain as we go. So let's go get this haircut. Let's look pretty. I'm gonna get this meal in, and we'll go check this out and see what Reno has to offer. Jake and Brett hit the town.
Talk a little bit more about Legion, because we just got a couple of physique updates from Brett Wilkin, just a couple days out now from taking the stage. Both of these shows will be Saturday the 28th. And from Brett, we got these 2 updates: a front lat spread and kind of a back relax. Not exactly a back lat spread, but honestly, I still think based on all the updates that we've seen from Brett, I've got him winning. I would be surprised if somebody beats him out of this lineup. I mean, you've got Patrick Moore, you've got Justin Rodriguez.
Nick's been throwing me Nick Straight Power's been throwing me some love, so I appreciate it. But the thing is also, like, I'm the only one that's been showing any pictures. So people are like, oh, why is Brett the favorite or whatever? It's like, because no one has, in the last 6 weeks, I haven't seen a single other person post an update that they're even doing the show. So, that shit don't mean nothing. Like, me posting my stuff all the way, that's just how me and, that's how I like to operate. I like to share with you guys. I enjoy the cool shots we capture, especially after training. We can share those things that I can document forever. And so I'm, every prep I've ever done, I've always kind of shared, at least give updates once a week along the way. If that makes me a favorite just because I share it? No, I don't think it makes me a favorite. We still got whoever wins on Saturday, whoever shows up the best on Saturday, peaks the best, and then performs the best. So that shit don't mean nothing. The posting, doesn't mean nothing. I just like to do it, and I feel like I'm the only one that's done it that's competing this weekend. So it's like, you don't know that this is actually a huge lineup. There's 25 to 30 guys here. It's gonna be competitive. It's gonna be fun. So I can't wait. So let's go get pretty, and then we'll talk about it. Gotta go get the good one. Honestly, bro, like, I don't really need to take too much off. I got like a haircut like a week and a half ago, but like this has to go. I gotta be clean. So I'm just gonna just shave it all off. Well, yeah, if you can fade it up. I don't want a high fade though, just a gradual up.
So you want a little bit of hair?
Just a little bit, yeah. I usually get is I'll have them do like a 1 on the bottom up to a 4. Do you have a half? Do you do half?
I do half.
Let's do 4.5. I want to tab on, yeah. All right, we are back and we are cleaned up. I haven't been clean shaved in the last 2 years since the last time I competed, actually. So that's exactly why I'm feeling all fresh and slimmer and young again. 2 meals to finish tonight. Still gonna do the one last thing with just tanning again tonight to apply this base, a very dark base, like I talked about in the previous videos. So that's really all that we have left tonight. So what we're gonna get in right now is we're actually continuing to lower the protein amount. So we're doing 150 grams of 937 beef from MegaFit meals. We're gonna end up doing, I'm warming up the rice right now. It's gonna be 500 grams of rice. So that's 500 grams of cooked jasmine rice. And then another 20 grams of my oil in these silly containers, and then some asparagus. So more beef, more rice, more oils, trying to continue to get those fats up as well as carbs and fill up. So this is kind of our initial, push to carb up for the show as we decrease water. Water is only at 3.5 liters today, and I'm almost done, so I don't have much water left. Now we're doing it. So let's get this in, and we have one more before nighttime. We are doing night number 2 of DIY Protan. Our first 2 coats. I've talked about in previous videos, obviously, as we were getting a jump on this tan on the stage. The stage lights are known to have more of a brighter display. So you want to come in very dark. And as I'm more of a white person, I actually did a lot of tanning leading in. I used the melanotin, which helped a lot. From Straight Labs, I used that product. That thing was awesome. I only really tan like twice a week, but I got really dark. And then now I'm going to do this 2 nights leading in, just for an extra darkness and a nice little base. This also helps with sweat. So like if you get a really good layer and you'll help not reveal sweat on stage if you are sweating. There's just tricks to the trade here when it comes to putting the tan on and doing it early and getting a really good base. So we're gonna give it a try. I haven't actually done this before. We've done it one night before where we did it one day earlier. We actually did 2 full days of this. So it's a little weird delay having a tan on all day, and then tomorrow at check-ins I'll have a tan before everybody else. But I think doing the extra things, doing the small little details goes a long way. So we're gonna do it and we're gonna find out. Day 3 is officially dusted. One last meal here. We're actually decently timed, 10:35. Probably be in bed before 11, which is the earliest we've been all week. So we're figuring out this 3-hour different time change that we had to go through, and we're gonna be West Coasters here in a little bit. So finishing out tonight, that was a good day. Like I said, huge day of detail as we talked about. Tomorrow's the final one, so that we have to really put everything together. We have check-ins tomorrow, a little more action tomorrow. Parents getting to town, which I'm really excited about. With that, I guess I haven't even really mentioned it yet, but Millie and Ivana aren't even going to be here this weekend, which really sucks, and they won't be able to see the show. But we have a very important family friend's wedding this weekend back in Iowa, where we're from originally. So Ivana's in the wedding, and Millie's the flower girl in the wedding. So we knew that when I set this date, unfortunately, and they're gonna miss it, but they'll be there in spirit and be cheering me on. So I'm excited to bring home, hopefully bring home a victory to them. So that's what I really want to do for them. Besides that, we gotta get there, and so the family comes into town as well tomorrow. So hopefully we get to run into them later in the day, and then the final tan, and it's gonna be a good day. Finished out here, we're doing 150 grams of chicken with asparagus, and then this thing is a behemoth. This is kind of the last little carb load. We have that's 160 grams of ricin grinds, unflavored, with 40 grams of almond butter and 1 banana. So this is kind of a caloric bomb here. Just the final carb load for today. We've been very happy with our looks and filling out perfectly and drying out perfectly. So again, I've told you guys I'm someone that has to kind of eat into a show, hold the fullness and the size, and you're gonna see it tomorrow as well. So we'll get it done. I don't enjoy it, I'm sorry, but we'll get it done, and we'll do whatever we need to do. We'll see you in the morning.